hope this last week of May is like going to be the last 60-degree day of summer. I know June is probably going to be hot as hell. But guys, what's going on? I'm on the way to another AC maintenance. Guys, I made a bunch of videos here before. I believe we put in an AC only air handler and condenser at least 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I think this customer has a multi-zone boiler. We came out there this past fall to do the heat maintenance. But guys, I think last spring, I don't know if this was a no AC call or if this customer just wanted to keep everything clean. But guys, I know last summer when we came out for the AC maintenance, this customer had a bunch of stuff and crud inside the outside unit. We cleaned that up and he renewed the agreement. And guys, I mean, knock on wood, I don't think anything was replaced on the air handler or the condenser. But today we're just out here for the check and clean and make sure everything's rocking and rolling before the weather heats up. But guys, I'm almost there right now. Let's go take a look. I'll see y'all when I get inside. Guys, and for context, it was raining all last night. It's about 60 degrees. That's the high for today. But I just pulled the handle. This area is technically the addition, the main area AC, which is on the other side. That's the one that we replaced, but I'm gonna pull the handle from that disconnect. Guys, inside the filter is still clean, and that's expected because both units, keep in mind this is AC only. This isn't a heat pump, so neither one of these units run in the winter. I believe this is like a 6-zone boiler that does the whole house in the winter. So the good thing is, like I said, guys, both of these units, you're not gonna accumulate that much wear and tear as you will with a heat pump or a unit that runs year round. But guys, I just checked my TV inside, upstairs and downstairs, and I checked both filters, and the drains aren't too long. What I'm gonna do, I might just get a wet vac, and I'm gonna do it on both ends. Get a wet vac, and I'm gonna pull everything out from out here, because getting on the other side of the attic is like, not the unit that we replaced, but the other unit, the other air handler he has for the addition. That's a job and a half to get across the attic. So with the drains, I'm gonna get the wet vac, and I'll make sure both ends are okay. And the drains for this is the unit that we replaced, but the drains are actually coming right out the lawn set hod there. I'm gonna flush both of those drains. But guys, I took the handle out the other unit because I didn't need the other unit running until I finished doing the maintenance on this outside unit here. But guys, this unit is a Duquesne 13 series, 3.5 ton, put in 2021. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my makeshift hedge trimmers or my dikes. I'm gonna cut some of the leaves from the top of that unit. And this customer also has another mini split unit there, but I think that unit stopped working a long time ago. So we actually never had to deal with that unit. He never used it. So, but all right guys, let me get what I need and let's get this unit open and let's see how she looks inside. Let me get my tools, I'll be right back. All right guys, I wiped off this unit, still looking factory clean, and I cut some of the tree shrubs that was in my way. It didn't look too bad, but like I said, anytime I have any overhang near a condenser or heat pump, if I do have the means of getting rid of it, I'll just do it. And I'll definitely make sure the customer knows whenever they do the landscaping out here this summer, just to hit around this unit, just to make sure that no branches or twigs accidentally latch onto the coil and potentially cause issues. You don't want that. But all right guys, last time I was out here, I know this contactor looks new, but guys, without even looking at the report, the only thing I remember is this, a bunch of webbing. Maybe this was a no AC call because I know we didn't have any issues with the heat. maybe this was an OAC call, guys. I think this contactor was shorted out, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, guys, that was a year ago, and you see here, we got some debris in this unit. This is like probably 5% of what was in this unit last year. I actually don't know. Like I said, we put this unit in 2021, and we do free maintenances on every install. So like, I know he got at least one AC maintenance done after 2021, but like I said, we never heard back from him since last year. So between 2022 and 2024, like I said, it had to have been a bunch of animalistic activities going on near this unit. Because guys, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a spider's nest or what, but it was a bunch of debris, and like I said, it looks almost like cardboard and paper that was in this unit. But I'm glad I got that taken out, and we got this unit up and going. And most importantly, this customer got the maintenance agreement with us, so now hopefully we can avoid any future breakdowns. But guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna clean off my electrical components here. Let me get to it, I'll be right back. All right, guys. I got my electrical component area cleaned up, and I have no potential difference across my contactor. And guys, you heard me say this in previous videos with capacitors. I'm talking on brand new condensers and heat pumps. Usually we don't check them under like 2 years unless we have a reason to. For instance, if this was a potential no AC call, if we suspect that maybe something's going on with the compressor or the fan, then we'll check it. But past 2 years, that's considered enough wear and tear for us to at least check this cap under a load, or kill the power and check the cap without power. But like I said, guys, to each his own, but under 2 years, it's really not enough wear and tear unless, like I said, you had a reason to check it. But guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna check this capacitor under a load. Everything looks good. This customer doesn't have a hose spigot on this side of the house. I definitely wanna hose this coil down. Like, it doesn't look bad, but you guys see that debris there? I don't think this coil got hosed down. But guys, let me do that. Let me check this cap under a load, put this door back on, and I'm gonna look for a hose. I'll be right back, guys. Let me get this done. All right, guys. The cap on the other side is still good. That one was a 45-5. The cap is good, and I also checked the amps and flushed the drains. And I'm gonna show you my wet vac that I got from Home Depot. I think that's a very, very important tool or item to keep on the truck. I'm gonna show you guys that when I get back to the truck. But here's the main area AC. This one was already here. This is a 13 SEER, 3-ton, 2019. So this is about, what, 5 years old? And there was a considerable amount of debris and pollen stuck to the top of this unit. You guys see this generator? The top of the unit looked just like that. And I just had to clean it. And that's how we got this unit looking pretty good, like how it's looking now. And this is self-explanatory. This is why maintenance is important. Guys, these parts don't make a sound. They won't send the customer a text or email notification right before it breaks. The only thing that's going to happen is this customer is going to come home on a Friday evening around 4 o'clock, and the house is going to be 95 degrees. All because of what? A teeny spider across 2 sets of contacts. See that? That's all it takes, guys. And that's why it's usually what you can't see that will always cause the most issues. And that's why maintenance is important. Keep everything clean, because guys, once things starts to break down, you're going to be at the mercy of God knows what can happen. I can only imagine if one part goes, you know, snowball effects do happen. And like I said, guys, even trying to explain that scenario, who wants to be in that scenario involuntarily, you know? Just be proactive, and you can't go wrong with condensers and heat pumps. But all right, guys, that's enough yapping. Let me clean this up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I just checked this cap. This one is also a 45-5, and I'm at 47 and 4.95. I'll make a note once we come back out here next spring to make sure that the 5 microfarad side doesn't drop. It's already down to 4.95, but that's still within range. But yeah, guys, another thing, the hose is right in the middle of the backyard. It's not long enough to get to either of the 2 units, so I think push come to shove next spring, or God forbid if the coils ever do clog up, we might need some type of portable. I've seen this before at Johnstone. They make portable condenser coil cleaners. I think some of them might be battery powered, but you don't really need a hose spigot. It's like a tank that goes to a nozzle, and it might be battery powered, but I mean, I've seen it before, but I never really looked into it because we was always blessed to have an accessible hose spigot. But yeah, guys, that 100-foot hose I got to get another one. The one I have is like too kinked up. Like that thing has been like probably sitting in one of the vans for a while, but I probably got to get another 100-footer. But we only use that once again for extreme scenarios in which the hose spigot is real far away. But yeah, guys. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack this up and start both of the units, and I'm gonna show you guys the wet vac that I have. It's very cheap. I think I paid like 20 bucks for one. I got one in every single van. So guys, and I had that wet vac for at least, shit, I don't want to say what, maybe 6 or 7 years. So, but guys, let me get these units started, and I'll see you guys when I get back to the truck. I'll be back. Here's a quick word from our sponsor of the day. All right, guys, this is my wet vac. This is called a bucket head, which I never called it this, but you guys can pick this up at your local Home Depot. Now, guys, this was before COVID, before price increases. I got at least 4 or 5 of these. I know I got one in this van, and I got a few in each and other vans. Guys, I use this for all wet vac purposes. Now, guys, the application is pretty simple. This is the only piece that it comes with, and of course you have the hose, and this attaches to any conventional Home Depot bucket or any bucket in that matter. And guys, for what it's worth, I mean, the only limitation is the size of the bucket, but guys, if you gotta pick up that much water, you can always rent a bigger wet vac machine. But for like everyday use, if you guys do have to go up in the attic and flush out a drain, flush out a drain pan in the attic, you know, any simple use, like I said, you know, we've been using this now for a while, and as long as you don't lose the hose, or you don't lose or break anything, like I said, guys, take care of this and it will definitely come in handy. But for what it's worth, guys, like I said, 20 bucks. I mean, we're not talking breaking the bank here. Having this in your truck, and we keep a few buckets here. I know you guys have a few buckets in your truck. For what it's worth, you got a wet vac when you need it. This also could be a conventional dry vac as well. It has a filter, but I never use this as a dry vac or a conventional vacuum cleaner. I always use this as a wet vac, but I think I had the filter or the screen here somewhere, but I never really used it. But yeah, guys, there you have it. But I'm about to rock out. I got to get to the next call. Keep rolling. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.